Time is ticking to prevent a default on U.S. debt, and recycling centers could be making our plastics problem worse. That's some of what we'll get to on The 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Monday, May 22nd. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. First up, Ukraine's control of Bakhmut, a devastated eastern city, is slipping. Ukrainian forces have been reduced to small footholds in the city. They're now moving to surround Bakhmut in an attempt to prolong the fight against Russian forces. At the G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan over the weekend, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky painted a bleak picture of the state of the battle, saying that there's nothing left in Bakhmut.
For today, Bakhmut is only in our hearts. There is nothing on this place. So, just ground and a lot of dead Russians.
The city has limited strategic importance, but has emerged as the war's bloodiest battlefield. Its full capture would be a rare win for the Russian side. Number 2. There are as few as 10 days left to prevent a U.S. debt default. Congress needs to raise or suspend the debt ceiling, a limit on the amount of money the U.S. can borrow to pay its bills by a June 1st deadline. President Biden will meet with Republican leaders for more talks today. The sides are struggling to agree on cuts to federal spending. That's a key Republican demand. If talks fail, the U.S. could default on its debt for the first time ever. This could potentially cause a recession. The deadlock is already causing anxiety for small businesses. Number 3. Senator Tim Scott will officially enter the presidential race this morning. Tim Scott is a 57-year-old South Carolina Republican. He's the party's only black senator. He has significant financial resources and some key endorsements. Scott is one of 6 Republicans to announce a 2024 run so far. Another high-profile hopeful, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, could join the field this week. 3 Democrats, including President Biden, have also entered the race. You can see who else is running by clicking the link in our show notes. Number 4. Nebraska passed restrictions on abortion and gender-affirming care. The bill was passed Friday. It bans abortion at 12 weeks, as well as gender reassignment surgery for transgender people under 19. It also gives the state's chief medical officer authority over the use of gender-affirming treatments for transgender minors as of October. The abortion ban will go into effect as soon as the governor signs it. State Senator Michaela Cavanaugh, a Democrat from Omaha, condemned the law as unconstitutional and discriminatory.
So I'm just going to say the unvarnished truth. That this place is morally bankrupt, that you are playing political games with the lives of children and parents in this state to get something. It's gross. It's vile.
Nebraska is the second Republican-led state to pass a 12-week abortion ban. This follows a political backlash against stricter bans passed in other states. Most Americans will probably have another hot summer. That's number 5. One forecast says above-average heat is expected across the West, the South, and the East Coast. New Mexico, Arizona, and the Four Corners are set to suffer the highest temperatures. A climate pattern called El Niño is expected to develop in the coming months. That could create a domino effect of extreme weather across the world. Number 6 is a heartbreaker. Recycling centers could be making our plastics problem worse. A recent study that focused on a recycling facility suggests that breaking down plastics can create microplastics that end up in water or the air. These polluting particles are everywhere, from the Antarctic to inside our bodies. This adds to growing concerns that recycling isn't as effective of a solution for the plastic problem as many think. But experts say that's not a reason to stop recycling. Number 7. Scientists worked out why mosquitoes bite some people but not others. The reason is that they're drawn to chemicals in body odor and breath. This is according to a new study. The experiment involved an open-air arena in Zambia, piped with smells of half a dozen humans sleeping in nearby tents. This was effectively a huge parfumery for mosquitoes. The study also identified one person the insects found relatively unappetizing. That could help in the search for new ways to deter bites. You're all caught up for today. If you're looking for a new game to play, The Washington Post has a daily news quiz called On the Record. Monday through Thursday, you get a quote that's been in the news, and your challenge is to identify who said it. Over those 4 days, you're earning points. And then on Friday, there are 10 quotes and a big final bonus question. You can wager all your points and try to double your score. I'm kind of getting hooked on it. Tweet your scores using the hashtag #PostOnTheRecord, and we might give you a shout out on this show. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I'll meet you back here tomorrow.